Come a little closer. I want to tell you about where I live, the city of Melbourne, Australia. A city that likes to fancy itself as sophisticated, but honestly, full of degenerate drug addicts with no religion. Okay, not no religion, there are actually two main religions in Melbourne. Australian rules football, which I don't care about, and coffee, which I actively dislike. I'm in more of a fringe religion, the Church of Cocktails, and maybe we get a weird reputation because we hang out behind secret doors down dark alleys, but there's nothing sus, honestly. Anyway, back up. This could be the year I reconcile with the coffee crowd because the cocktail everyone's talking about at the moment is the Carajillo Old Fashioned, which is a cocktail that has a coffee element. It's inspired by the Carajillo, a traditional Spanish drink. There's a few different recipes people post online. There's a lot of wrong ones. Everyone who knows agrees a Carajillo is pretty simple, 50% coffee, 50% liqueur 43, which is a Spanish vanilla liqueur. The Carajillo Old Fashioned takes inspiration from this. It's got a split of rye whiskey and cognac as the base, and it has coffee liqueur and liqueur 43. So it's got those elements of the Carajillo in there, though strictly speaking, it's its own thing, of course. Because I love old fashions, I thought I'd try it. And, you know, it's closer to coffee. I could bridge some of that divide between me and the coffee lovers. So I made it, I tried it, it was okay, it was fine. I think it's for coffee lovers, and as I mentioned, not a coffee lover, so it didn't set my world on fire. But you know what I did love? About 2 years ago, I made an old-fashioned variation that had coffee liqueur and vanilla syrup in it. That's right, 2 years ago, independently, I came up with a vanilla coffee old-fashioned. Everyone's been obsessing over the Carajillo old-fashioned for 6 months, but I independently came up with an old-fashioned variation with coffee and vanilla 2 years ago. I'll just pause for applause. Oh, whatever. Like I said, I really liked mine. The one letdown is I named it badly. I'm not a coffee person. I called it a vanilla macchiato old-fashioned because I swear I've heard someone order that in a coffee shop, and I looked it up and macchiato is a coffee with foam on top. So that doesn't fit an old-fashioned. I'll keep working on the name. Maybe cold brew vanilla old-fashioned. Whatever name I go with, I'm going to go head-to-head on the two cocktails, but I am going to change the coffee element I use in the Carajillo old-fashioned. When I tried it for myself, I made it with Mr. Black. I think most people who can get a hold of Mr. Black use that in cocktails. I'm actually going to use a coffee-infused whiskey from the Archie distillery that they call Blasphemy. It still has the coffee notes, but it's not quite as full-on coffee as Mr. Black is. So looking at the ingredients side by side, the Carajillo Old Fashioned has a split base of rye whiskey and cognac. For the rye, I'm going local with the Gospel's straight rye whiskey, which comes in at 90 proof. For the cognac side, I'm going with Martell's Blue Swift, which is a cognac which has been finished in bourbon barrels. As I mentioned, the coffee element is going to be Archie Rose's Blasphemy whiskey, and the vanilla element for this is the liqueur 43. For my old fashioned, the base is whiskey. I'm going with one of my favorites, Starward's Solera whiskey. The coffee element is once again Archie Rose's Blasphemy, and the vanilla element is vanilla syrup that's designed for flavoring coffees. Mine also has 1 dash of aromatic bitters and 1 dash of orange bitters. After all that build up, I'm really looking forward to trying the two next to each other. So let's get down to making them, starting with the Carajillo Old Fashioned. In a mixing glass, put 30 ml or 1 ounce of rye whiskey, then 30 ml or 1 ounce of cognac or the brandy of your choice, then 1/4 ounce or 7.5 ml of coffee liqueur, and 1/4 ounce or 7.5 ml of liqueur 43. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, then straining that into a rocks glass, preferably over a big chunk of sexy clear ice. I'm going to use my favourite old-fashioned garnishes, a twist of orange peel and a maraschino cherry on a skewer. For my vanilla coffee old-fashioned, get the mixing glass again, and we're adding 60 ml, 2 ounces of the whiskey of your choice, then 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of coffee liqueur, then 1/3 ounce or 10 ml of vanilla syrup, then 1 dash of aromatic bitters and 1 dash of orange bitters. Also stir this one for the 20 to 25 seconds to get it nice and cold and get that dilution. And once more, pouring it into a rocks glass over a big chunk of sexy clear ice, and I'm using the same garnish, a twist of orange peel and a maraschino cherry on a skewer. Now the moment of truth. I'm going to try mine first, which is noticeably darker than the Carajillo Old Fashioned. That would be because I've got extra coffee liqueur in here, which is weird for someone who said they didn't like coffee. And I liked this, I don't know, 2 years ago. Let's see if I like it now. That's good. I like that. So have I softened towards the Carajillo Old Fashioned? How does that taste? You know what? This is going to sound vain, but mine's smoother. And remember, I've got 3 times more coffee liqueur in here, and I'm saying I'm not a coffee person. There's just something about going all whiskey that just works for me. I think one of the things that makes the Carajillo Old Fashioned popular with a lot of people, that split of the cognac and the rye whiskey is appealing, and that's how I make a Sazerac, one of my favorites. So I'm a little surprised, but I genuinely prefer mine. So if you've indulged in the Carajillo Old Fashioned hype this year, is my challenge to you, try my one and maybe come up with a better name for it. How do they say coffee names? You would say vanilla first, so I'm gonna say vanilla cold brew old fashioned. Even though it's not cold brew, I'm trying to attract coffee people, okay? So I have enjoyed this experiment. It's got me back on my double fisting bullshit. And these are 2 pretty strong drinks. So I'm gonna have to go and sit down and drink these. And I'm looking forward to that. I hope you do try this. Let me know what you think if you do, because I genuinely prefer it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe, you know, I'm just vain and conceited and like my own creations. Who knows? I think it's good. Maybe you will too. I hope you try it and enjoy it. Until I see you again, cheers.